We're not, it's not that we feel marginalized, we are really marginalized. There are evidences. I'm a physical therapist. I have been deputy director for 10 years. There are people who have been deputy director for 12 years, 13 years. They are not promoted. Yet, the schemes of service made provision for us to be promoted by the CMDs of various stations. We made sure we are not promoted. They deliberately make sure we are not promoted. Even when we protested to the Ministry of Health, we are going to meet the Minister of Health, who is also a medical practitioner there, and they are continuing to repress these other healthcare professionals. We are health experts.
So it means actually you are faulting the minister. He's failing in some of his duties.
Yeah, the minister, we have been calling for his removal for several years because every statement he makes is in favor of the medical practitioners to the detriment of others. I won't be surprised if he favors medical practitioners to some extent, but not to the detriment of others.
So has the union ever arranged maybe a delegation to visit the minister and table this one-on-one at least?
We have had opportunities of meeting with the minister on several occasions.
And all came to nothing?
We have had opportunities of signing agreements with the minister on several occasions. In fact, in the last 2 years, from May 2012 to date, we have signed 8 different agreements. Memorandum of understanding, we shall do it, we shall do it, we shall do it. After signing them, they're not done.
Because this is particularly worrisome.
Exactly.
Given the sort of, sector, this is very crucial to Nigerians.
Exactly.
Now, let's also understand now the proposed Surgeon General,
okay,
which is supposed to, according to the Medical Association, address critical gaps in healthcare delivery.
Yeah.
Why are you against such, appointments when this is going to benefit Nigerians?
That's a lie. It's a big lie. It's also one of the antics of the Nigerian Medical Association to get a position that they will use to repress others the more. For instance, when they wanted to appoint Minister of Health in 2010, the NMA went to town to confuse Nigerians and Mr. President that if they appointed, there was a very brilliant woman who could have been the minister that time, Dora Koyeli, an anti-corruption crusade. Somebody could have made our health sector better. But then NMA went to town, sensing that she might be appointed. They went to blackmail that appointment. They say, no, except a medical professional was appointed, and that was the situation all over the world, which is not correct. All over the world, any person could be Minister of Health. Okay? So it is a lie to say that Surgeon General was going to do this and that. What is a Surgeon General? He is the head of medical corps in the army, mostly in the military corps. In US, Canada, UK, go and check. In Nigeria, we have Director of Medical Corps in the military, which is equivalent to that position. In the Federal Ministry of Health, we have positions that are equivalent to that. The Director of Director of Hospital Services, Director of Public Health, they are there already doing that work. So it is not necessary. It's an unnecessary duplication of position, and it is an antic of the Nigerian Medical Association to get a particular position which will almost even conflict with that of the minister, and they will now use it to repress others. Whereas in other climes where this Surgeon General is even appointed, the post is open to all medical professionals. It can be a nurse, it can be a pharmacist, it can be a medical practitioner. But what I do recommend in Nigeria, you must be a medical practitioner. It's a lie.
All right, you hold on to that thought. We're still with the National Vice Chairman of the Joint Health Sector Workers Union. When we come back, we'll talk more about the clash in the health sector. Join us again.
I am intelligent.
I'm incisive.
I am passionate.
I am focused.
I am diplomatic. I'm creative. I am people-oriented.
I am logical.
I am detailed.
I am determined.
I am inquisitive. I am trendy.
Welcome back. We're still with the National Vice Chairman of the Joint Health Sector Workers Union. Thank you for joining us once again.
Thank you very much.
We're still on the issue of the clash in the health sector. Of course, we now understand there have been strong differences among health professionals in the country. Well, while there have been strong differences among health sector, which is of course affecting Nigerians, the unions have resorted to strike. But I hear there's an update. Can you bring us up to speed with that?
Well, I've just said that we would have commenced a strike today, but in view of the fact that the federal government had held a meeting with us, and we had agreed that we'll give government more time to look into our demands, we had shelved the strike that would have commenced today.
What gives you hope that the government would actually look into it?
Thank you very much. I'm happy to report at this juncture that as I speak now, the government had started, like we had example of two of our colleagues who were invited for promotion to the post of director at UCH. They were interviewed on the 18th of March last year. Their results were never released because a section of the NMA didn't want a medical lab scientist to be promoted to the post of director. Just because of that, the promotion paper was delayed. So we had to agitate for that for close to 1 year before they now released the paper just a week ago. That is one. And then the various circulars that we asked them to issue on the issues, we said just issue these circulars within 7 days. If you're able to issue those circulars, other issues will still look at them and give you more time to. So they have started issuing those circulars one after the other. Even though we know that they cannot implement all those things within 7 days, but usually it is not that our needs are met, but because of our concern for Nigerians, we don't usually like to go on strike. Because if our group goes on strike, it's more devastating than the strike by NMA, because it is going to affect nurses, physiotherapists, lab scientists, radiographers. It's a very devastating kind of strike. We don't usually like to go on strike, except when we are really pushed to the wall, like we are. But we had shelved it, hoping and believing that the efforts of government, which were begun now to issue the circulars, they will implement them accordingly. And if that is done, then we have no cause to go on strike.
So now that you have shelved this, of course, planned strike, is there a time frame in which your patients will relapse or something?
Yes, we gave government 7 working days to meet again, review their level of compliance with implementation. All we are interested in is to see evidence of seriousness. We know they cannot meet all the demands within 7 days. But if we are convinced that they have met a lot of the demands, and we see evidence that they are going to do, we will not necessarily go on strike. We just want to see evidence of commitment and seriousness on the part of government.
Because with this sort of dispute, it's seriously affecting the health sector.
Exactly.
And we're just wondering, what are you doing to forestall a further setback in the health sector?
Thank you very much. Our union, the 5 unions in the health sector, the joint health sector unions, we have written papers to government. You will recall now that in 2010, when we sent a memorandum to Mr. President, and the minister set up a committee known as Abdullahi Bello Presidential Committee on Harmony in the Health Sector. The committee was supposed to submit its report within 3 months. But we found a situation where the minister and the NMA people were conniving to obstruct the good work of that committee. The committee, therefore, was given so many obstacles that they could not even do the work. In fact, the chairman of the committee was almost resigning. But we continued to appeal to him, we union leaders, in the interest of Nigeria. So the man stood to the end. And the assignment that would have taken only 3 months took 15 months to complete. Eventually, it was completed in November 2011, and the report was handed over to Mr. Minister. But may I inform the Nigerians, the 27 recommendations of that are not implemented. The MMA went to town to say they should not be implemented. And they worked hard against the implementation, whereas at the same time that our own committee was set up, there was another committee that was set up to look into the issues of medical practitioners only. And all the recommendations for those ones have been met, including that they should go abroad for 1 year and their hours were disturbed just because of greed. They don't want any other group of people to benefit from the goodness of this country. Right. However, we are ready and we have recommended to the minister that they should call a stakeholders forum. It's only in the health sector that the MMA is running away from meeting the rest of us. There was a program like this in Lagos on Channels Television. They were invited together with us. I was there.